I knew of a genderqueer cowboy outside the city limits um, of Pittsburgh, who was a friend of a friend. And this friend's love of this person was inspiring to me. I think Crick, in the play, he keeps wanting to put a frame around things, and even the last image of the play, he's still trying to frame things, to like put a box around things. I also think of Crick, when I think of toxic masculinity, I think in terms of his desire to possess Mary. And I think Red's and Mary's relationship is really outside of definition. This play doesn't have sort of one genre, so you know, it's um, it's a little ambiguous. Like I think certainly there's an erotic dimension of their relationship. I think what you said about them feeling embodied together is right, but I think you're right too that there's a deep friendship and caretaking and seeing of the other. I also think of the moment where Mary says, "Can we just sit and not talk?" That there are few people that we don't talk with. It's a very deep intimacy. I mean, obviously, when you have sex, you're often not talking. So there's an eroticism of not about not talking when you're in proximity to someone else. There's a incredible trust that implies. There's a plain spoke, a pared down minimalism to Red's speech and maybe to the stage directions and maybe to the landscape of the traditional American cowboy. I was imagining a woman who's sort of late for every scene, who's sort of late for her own life. Um, but I'm really intrigued by what you said about time being relational. It's such an interesting concept, that time moves at different paces with different people. It's sort of a quantum view of time, that the observer changes the event and who we're experiencing time with changes the pace of time. When I think of the structure of the play, too, there's that thing about horses, how you train them, how they leave and come back. That's how you train them. And I think in abusive relationships, there's that thing of how many times does it take a person to leave an abusive relationship before they really leave, and that they're most in danger right before they leave. Yeah, it's some kind of dream of freedom. And I do think the ending of the play is a bid for some kind of liberation.